Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're watching this from the very heart of Kenya, Nairobi City. Where are you watching me from? My name is Jennifer Njerin Njoroge, and I want to welcome you and invite you into this beautiful conversation about things that you should not do while you are planning, or if you have decided to come back to Kenya and stay. Yes, karibuni sana. Thank you for the diaspora people, and thank you for all those even that are planning to go and even come back into this country. I just want to tell you that home is beautiful, home is awesome, depending on how you want to see it. But from my perspective, I see home as the most beautiful place that you can ever be in. Having traveled to Gulf and come back, I can tell you home is the best. Karibuni sana. So this day and today, being on a Sunday, I want to share things that you should not do while you come back to Kenya. Number one thing, which is the most important thing, you should not have a trial mentality. Nakuja tu kujaribu, nione kama nitaweza, nikishindwa nirudi. That's a wrong foot to start on. You should not start with the mentality of trying. I'm just coming to try, see how things unfold. If they don't work out, I am going back to Kenya. Actually, you're trying to do things with a plan B. You should stick to plan A and stick to plan A and stick to plan A to the latter. Stick to the plan A. If you've decided to come back home and settle here, if you have decided that enough is enough, I'm not going to be a slave again. I'm not going to live in a foreign land. I'm not going to live in a country that has no social life. I'm not going to live in a country that I have been more of a slave than living life. You need to have one goal. I am coming to stay, period. Irregardless of the situations at home, I am coming home, period. Number two thing that you should not do, you should not plan your life alongside somebody. Usi plan life yako alongside somebody. What am I saying? When we are abroad, or when you are in Gulf or whichever country you are and planning to come back to Kenya, we always look for a safe landing. You want to look for a safe landing. I want to come home, maybe live with a boyfriend, maybe live with a friend, maybe live with a family. That is going to be too expensive for you. And number two, it's gonna be people are going to expect a lot from you that maybe you don't have the finances, but trust me, people are going to expect a lot from you. So one thing that you should not do is plan to start life along somebody, even if it's a lover, even if it's somebody that you have been on a relationship with. Trust me, the energy that you need to stay here in Kenya and to start life in Kenya, it is too much, and people already here have already been used to, and they cannot comprehend what you're going through in terms of adjusting your sleeping patterns, in terms of food and culture and all of that. You're trying to adjust so many things, and planning your life and living your life and starting your life alongside somebody, it's going to drain you. You don't need that energy at the moment. You don't, especially if you don't know what kind of energy that person is carrying. You don't need to start your life alongside somebody, even if it's a boyfriend, even if it's somebody that you have been on a relationship with. I would urge, or I would say, just come back home, look for your own space, adjust to Kenyan environment, food and culture at your own pace. And then after you have already settled down, you can now incorporate somebody else and move on life forward. But saying that you're going to plan your life along somebody, I'm going to stay with my boyfriend for some time, I'm going to start over with him. You people are in different zones. He or she already is well acquainted with Kenyan environment, culture, and all of that. Remember, you have been away. and so you need to adapt to the system slowly at your own pace, so you can't afford to do this with anybody. Number three thing that you should never do is that never fail to plan for never kula sherehe kwanza. I know mtaniambia sherehe. Let me tell you, that sherehe will use your money. Sherehe in Kenya right now imekuwa expensive. And I'm not saying that you should not enjoy your life. Maybe you have planned your money well, that you should umekuja and you have vacation money for vacation planned for. That's a good one. But coming over and taking a car hire or deciding kupeleka watu sherehe, sijui una visit nani, I tell you for sure, that is a wrong foot to start on. Huwezi anza sherehe before you actually settle down. Just come, look for your own space. Looking for a space in Kenya is not that difficult. It's not like Japan. I have a friend in Japan who says looking for accommodation in Japan is so difficult. This is Kenya. You can actually take a day, pick a mrando from one estate to another. By the end of the day, you will have your own house. Buy a mattress. You don't need to buy all of those things at the same time. But what I'm saying is, usikule sherehe kwanza before you actually start your life and before you actually set up your home. Usikule sherehe kwanza. Number 3, don't plan to have a child or even sexual activities with somebody that is not yet settled to stay in Kenya. I was on a podcast some few days ago, and one of the ladies said that she came for a vacation and her boyfriend from Qatar came for a vacation, and they had sex, and the lady was left pregnant while the guy traveled back to Qatar. If you're planning to come and activate your sexual life as a woman, let me talk from a woman perspective. Be aware that pregnancy is waiting for you. Be aware that HIV is waiting. All things are waiting. So you better learn to take a little bit of your time. Take a little bit of your time, because for women to have sex, it involves our emotions, it involves us physically, and for us to actually now indulge into activities like sexual activities, it will take a lot of your energy. So all I can say is that if you're planning even to start having sex, immediately you come back to Kenya. I think that's a wrong foot to start with. Settling down is so important. Having your home is so important. Having your things in order is so important. Number 5, never come back home without actually knowing subconsciously and consciously what you want to do. Like when I was coming back here, I knew that I am going back to furniture because that is what I know, and I have been trying to do furniture for a very long time. And so when I was coming back, I already knew what I want to do and where I'm going to start, the people that I'm going to consult, the places that I want to go, so that I can start that business swiftly without a lot of struggle. So if you're planning to come back to Kenya, don't come without a business plan. Come with it. Late, you already know it in your subconscious. Immediately you come. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to kula sherehe. You don't have time for sex all day. You don't have time for even time to visit family. Visit family at your own convenience. At your own convenient time. But one thing that you should know is that plan on how to start having an income immediately after you settle. Even if you are going to go for an employment, look for an employment immediately after you come back. If it's a business, don't go into a business yet immediately, but look for people who are going to help you do that business. Yeah, you can't do it alone, because remember, you have been away for a long time. That is point number 6. I feel like we start business so quickly and we have been away, and business dynamics have changed. So if you're going to start a business immediately, please start it with somebody who already has been in existence, has been on the ground. You don't know the dynamics. They have changed. They have really changed. So plan and get somebody who's gonna help you incorporate into the dynamics of business for the few years that you have been away, understand the Kenyan market, and then you can now fully and with a full chest now continue with the business that you intended to do. That is all for now. And on the comment section, below the comment section, let me know the things you should not do while you are planning or you have planned to come back to Kenya. And again, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the returning subscribers. And if you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscription button as I continue to share my journey of life. Thank you so much. Karibuni.